Kia ora koutou katoa, nau mai hara mai ki te Ao Hākinakina, your sports show right here on your Tribal Pulse, te Korimako Taranaki 94.8 FM and 98.4 FM. He is an inspiration to so many. After a near-death experience, he has bounced back bigger, better and stronger than ever before. He has defied all the odds and continues to push the limits within para sports and waka ama, and we are so honoured and blessed to have him on the show and to hear his amazing story. A big, warm welcome to Ben Hekenui. No mai hara, my brother.
Kia ora, mate. Kia ora, Caps.
Hey, wicked. Yeah, good to have you on the show, my bro. I'm looking forward to our kōrero. But hey, before we get started, ko wai koe, no he koe, a bit about yourself and where you're from.
Okay, Tongariro te maunga, te aroa te waka, whiti kaupeka nā marae, o Mokai Pātia Tahape. Yes, we're pretty much where I'm from. Just a little place in Tahape, a country town. Yeah.
Nice, bro. Tahape, beautiful part of the world there. So tell us a little bit about your younger years over there, the sports you played and any representative teams you may have made along the way.
Yeah, well, pretty much the whole whānau was all sporty, and coming through, pretty much played a lot of rugby. As a little young kid, probably 4 or 5 years old, playing midgets, and then gradually getting older and going up through the grades, and then primary school, made a representative team there, rugby, run the TK reps. There was probably Form 1s and Form 2s. Oh, I don't know what those years are now these days. And then went to high school, played for the first 15 there and represented Wanganui in under 16s and under 18s. And then pretty much left Tahape when I was probably about 15 and moved to Palmy. And then started playing rugby league down there. Found rugby league through some cousins, which I kicked around with, and they wouldn't let me play rugby because they were all leagueies, so I had to play league. Otherwise, I would have to get around myself.
And I heard you done all right at League 2. You played for Manawatu, is that right?
Yeah. I represented Manawatu way back in 89 was my first year. I was only a 16-year-old, playing against grown men. Bit scared back then, back in those days. Not like now. But I had the cousins there with me, they were looked after me, so if anything happened, they were there.
That's awesome, mate. So rugby league, it's in the heart, I'm sure. So you ended up in Taranaki. What was it about this place that attracted you here, and what sports did you get into when you come up to Taranaki?
We actually sent our youngest son up here for boarding high school at New Plymouth Boys, the board. And pretty much this first year we missed out on all the sporting stuff, so we sort of moved up here. Well, the wife got me to move up here, find a job, and found a job, and then we moved them all up. Moved the wife up probably about 5 months later, 6 months later, so we could tautoko our son.
Awesome, and you haven't left, eh? You must love it
here.
Pretty
much home now.
Awesome, bro. One of ours. Well, now you had a bit of an accident a wee while back that would, change your life forever. The journey you've been on since then has been nothing short of remarkable. Tell us a bit about this journey in those early days, of having to come to the realization of the accident and the injury and having to forge forward past that.
It's been like coming up 17 years in April since I've had the accident. I had a work accident, fell in a cardboard baler and severed my legs off in that. So I was lucky to be here. It's been a few weeks in hospital, about 4 weeks I think, and then I asked to leave, which they didn't want me to leave. All they were doing is just changing my dressings on my wawais and all that. So I asked if they could just do that at home because I just wanted to be around my own environment. And I had enough at the hospital. And, and sort of once I got home there, I sort of hit home I couldn't do any sport or play the sport I loved, then it was rugby league. So, yeah, sort of turned me upside down and sort of went off the rails a little bit. And then something sort of happened, sort of snapped, and sort of started coaching the Mouse Dragons there for a season and all that. And I sort of stepped away after one season. It was a bit hard trying to show the boys what I wanted them to do, in a wheelchair and that. Yeah, then I ended up, trying to find a sport that I loved and I wanted to play, and I found wheelchair basketball before I started waka. And I had to travel away quite a bit to Auckland and Hamilton to play competitive. And then I ended up finding myself in the New Zealand wheelchair basketball team, and travelled the world just doing that. I was in there for about 5 years. Travelled over to Aussie a few times, Thailand a couple of times, China, just to play ball and all that. And then COVID hit, so I couldn't travel out of the province. So I ended up, had to find another sport. And I wanted to find something, here at home where I didn't have to travel. And I found waka. And I've been doing waka now for 3 years. And I've travelled the world with waka. I ended up making the New Zealand para team. Went over to 2 years ago. Went over to London at World Sprints. Never paddled before. My first paddle race was over in London, World Sprints, in the gold medal race, and then ended up winning that race. Got my first gold medal. And then last year, August last year, went over to Hawaii. Went for my second stint of World Sprints and over there, and then come back with a couple of medals too, but not the one I wanted. But still a medal, silver.
That's, man, what an amazing journey to come back from that horrific accident to like you said, go through those hard times, but to come out of that now. And in terms of those hard times and coming out of that, what kind of impact has sport played in terms of that accident and coming out of that, and how important is sport and being in that kind of team environment for you to kind of forge forward given the injury?
The sport was a big favour for me. I used that as my rehab to get me through all these hard times and all that. Because back in the days, when I was in the representative teams, we all think about working hard, setting goals and all that. So I went back to sport, and sport has taken me places and all that. So yeah, sport was a big thing for me, and it still is now. And I still want to travel and doing the stuff I love in the sport.
That's so cool, and to see the smile on your face and the enjoyment, you can see the enjoyment that you have. So you mentioned earlier when you first started with waka, I think it was 2022, you'd only taken up waka for 4 months. Next minute, you found yourself in London winning gold and a silver. What was this experience like?
Oh, there was a buzz, eh? That was probably one of my biggest highlights of so far. Going over to London, seeing all these, paddling against all these other paddlers that are around the world, and then watching all the able bodies and all that. And I said, one day I want to be racing against able bodies and that, and see how far I can go there and that, and which I'm doing now back here in New Zealand. And at the Nationals a couple of weeks back there, my third Nationals now, and now I've raced against able bodies, haven't gone placings, but still got there, still beating a couple, so it's still a long way to go,
That's so awesome with the determination you have to kind of give those things a crack. But I understand you had a little bit of a blimp in the journey. You had a surgery, shoulder surgery, 2023. So you missed the long distance worlds that were in Samoa, but you bounced back for the worlds in Hawaii last year and won a couple of silvers. So it would have been good to get back from injury and get over to Hawaii.
Oh yes, it was like I could have gone to Samoa with the long distance, but I didn't want to go there half injured, So I wanted the team to take someone fully fit So I opted out, you know, to get my shoulder done. Tore my rotator cuff off my bone. So I had to get that sorted, and then got myself sorted there and worked hard, get my fitness and strength back up. And I wanted to go to Hawaii. So, I did nationals so I could put my name on the hat to be selected to go to Hawaii last year. And and I found myself in Hawaii, you know, paddling there and coming home with 2 silvers.
That's next level. And you also won just recently, I think a gold and a silver and maybe a bronze at the single canoe nats. So where was this? And give us a little bit more information about the recent national tournament.
Yeah, the nationals was at Lake Karapiro, you know, 2 weeks ago. And I came home with 3 medals. The bronze medal was in the 200 dash, and that was the Paris, you know, and I was up against probably 3 of the top para paddlers in the country. And one of them was a Paralympian that went over to France, Pete Cowan. He got a bronze medal over there, and he cleaned us up. But no, I enjoyed it. I ended up coming 4th, but how I got the bronze medal, Pete Cowan, because when the top 3 wakas that come in, they get their wakas weighed, and you've got to have a certain weight of your waka. It was at 14 kgs. And when Pete weighed his waka, he was underweight. Was 13.5. So we ended up getting TQ, disqualified. So everyone went up one step, and I ended up coming 4th, ended up getting the bronze there. But when we did the 500, he cleaned us up again. But when they weighed their wakas, he was 15 kg. So I couldn't get one there. And then the silver and the gold medal I won with the Paris, where we were a group of 6 of us. We had the gold was the 500. We got a 250. You do the 250, and you got to turn your waka around the a buoy, and then back to the finish line. So we got a gold there, and the silver was in the 500 straight. We were unlucky not to come first, and that one will probably a waka link behind whoever come first.
Wow, what a fantastic outing at the Nationals, man. You must be pumped coming off the back of that. But I know you got the world. I think the Worlds is on your horizon over in Singapore in 2026. So what's on the horizon for Ben Hekenui in terms of some of your goals and aspirations moving forward?
I've got a few races coming up, like there's always regattas every weekend, and like we pick and choose which regattas we go to, and they're all over the country. But my next regatta is the long distance nationals coming up in April, where the shortest race is 10k, and I'm doing a 10k with the Paras, and then that's one day, and then the next day I'm doing a 24k with a crew with able bodies. So so those are my goals at the moment. And then just trying to keep myself fit and all that, and put my name in the hat to get selected to go to Singapore next year.
Out, man. 10k, 24k. I'd struggle with 5, I think. So I'll leave it to you, my bro. Hey, if there was one bit of advice you could share with our listeners that are listening in, that are tuning in at home, that you've learnt from your journey through life, through your accident, through your injuries, what would that advice be?
Probably just not give up on what you want to do. Stay focused. There's always someone out there that wants to help you too, so you've just got to stay focused on what you want to do, and I'm staying focused on what, where I want to go next year is Singapore. So just stay focused on what you want to do. Dreams are always high, man. Aim for the sky. Sky's the limit.
Beautiful. Well, you definitely epitomize that, my bro. Your story is a story of hope and resilience, determination. and dedication to not only yourself, but your whānau and your community and your sport. So we thank you for providing insight and wisdom on just how resilient we can be as a people when we put our mind to something. You know, anything's possible, and you're an example of that. We're extremely grateful to have you on the show, and thank you for your time. And all of us here in Taranaki are right behind you for the Nationals and for Singapore, and looking forward to tuning in with you again sometime soon, my bro.
Oh, cheers, Cap. No, thanks for having me on here, eh? Telling everyone about a little bit of a story about myself and what I've been doing and all that. So, yeah, still a few more to come.
It's a pleasure, bro. It's an inspirational story, and keep it up, my bro.
No, thanks, Cap.